sweat and laugh and scream here, 'cause life is just a dream here. You know inside you feel right at home. Yeah, you're welcome to my nightmare. Yeah, yeah.
Clock strikes midnight. The city sleeps, or so it seems. But in that dimly lit booth of WDIE, a different rhythm begins. It's the start of Next Caller, a late-night radio talk show that dives headfirst into the unsettling, the strange, and utterly bizarre. Hosting this spectral symphony is Shadow Sterling, a voice as smooth as midnight velvet and as captivating as a moth to a flickering flame. Next Caller isn't for the faint of heart. Each night the show peels back the layers of normalcy, exposing a world where the mundane clashes with the macabre. Listeners might find themselves captivated by tales of ghostly apparitions, unnerved by whispered confessions, or even charmed by unexpectedly flirty callers who veer just slightly off the beaten path.
Welcome back, my morbidly curious companions, to Next Caller, the only radio show brave enough to stare into the abyss and maybe flirt with it a little. I'm your host, Shadow Sterling, joined by Silas L. Morningstar, my side henchman, and our own captivating Margarita Uboynaya.
Good evening.
Are we ready to torment some souls, Shadow? I've got a coffee brewing and something little bit stronger for later, if you catch my drift.
Margarita, my dear, you always know how to sweeten a deal, even when the deal is a descent into madness. So, Silas, what do you think our lucky listeners will confess to tonight? Lost loves? Dark secrets? Perhaps a pack or two with someone you might know.
The human heart is a bottomless pit, Shadow, filled with desires and regrets. It is always entertaining to see what rises to the surface.
You're right. The mundane is often the most fascinating, Margarita. Any premonitions? Anyone confessing to, shall we say, extracurricular activities?
Always, Shadow. Always. But tonight, I get the feeling things are going to get particularly spicy. Let's just say I am ready to offer them my undivided attention. Because you know what I was thinking? What's the point of letting all this Russian beauty go to waste?
Tehranis menya, Margarita. Am I not worthy of your undivided attention?
You? Oh, you're too busy flirting with the dark side, my friend. Besides, you'd probably prefer a confession over a caress.
Some find confession surprisingly arousing.
Fair enough. But remember, Margarita, we're here to extract secrets, not hearts. Though I suspect you excel at both. So are we ready to unleash the darkness?
Yes. I am begging you, please, bring me a virgin.
All right, you troubled souls out there. The lines are open. Tell us your deepest, darkest secrets. Confess your sins. Unleash the demons within But be warned, once you cross the threshold, there's no turning back. The phone lines are lighting up. The first lamb to the slaughter. Margarita, who's on the line?
Well. Looks like we have Alina on line 1. And she sounds interesting. I already like her. And as a Russian sister, she gets preferential treatment at the front of the line.
Next caller, you're on the air. Who's braving the darkness with us tonight?
It's Alina, of course, Connection, Shadow. And you know, your voice gets better with every passing hour. Is that even possible?
Well, Alina, such a compliment from a stunning woman like yourself. It's enough to inflate a man's ego. Приятно познакомиться.
Oh, I am not done with the compliments yet. I swear, I could listen to you read the phone book and find it enthralling. Are you aware of how you affect these lonely hearts?
Well, I wouldn't want to cause too much trouble, but I do enjoy a bit of banter.
In these late hours. Trouble me, darling. I'm here for it. Tell me, Shadow, are you as charming in person as you are over these airwaves? Or is your voice your secret weapon?
That, Alina, is something you would have to find out for yourself.
Я бы хотела узнаться тебе много, Тин.
My, such a charming distraction. Let's not get lost in the fog, though. Tell me what brought you to these quiet airwaves.
Tien, Shadow baby. I just wanted to let you know what you do and how your voice feels my nights. I would like to show you my deepest appreciation.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm more interested in your story. There has to be something lurking in the shadows for you to call.
Shadow. I am in the shadows, and soon you will be with me.
Listeners, what just happened has left us a little bit gripping our seats. As your host, Shadow Sterling, I've encountered my share of strange calls in the witching hour. But Alina, something else entirely. Her sultry voice, laced with compliments that walk the line between flattering and unsettling, initially seemed like flirtatious fun. But the playful banter, it took a chilling turn when she declared she was in the shadows, and that soon I would be joining her. Before that line abruptly went dead. Sweet, dangerous, and definitely odd.
Was it a prank, a disturbing confession, or something far more sinister? The mystery surrounding Alina's call is as captivating as it is unsettling. We're left with a blend of unease and undeniable intrigue. So keep your radios tuned, folks, because something tells me Alina's story isn't over. And perhaps, just perhaps, we'll hear that seductive voice crackling through the airways once more. We're all hoping she calls back, aren't we? Because the shadows are always darkest before the dawn of a good story.
Welcome. We are back, Restless Souls, to Next Caller. And we have Ethan on the line. Hello, Ethan. Welcome to Next Caller. What is happening in your world this twilight? Share with the Prince of Darkness, Shadow Sterling.
I think I'm being watched. Everywhere. All the time. I can feel eyes on me. Even when I know I'm alone. In fact, they're here right now.
Watched you say? Intriguing. Most people just ignore that feeling. You're most in tune with the universe, perhaps.
But it's constant, Shadow. I can't sleep, man. I keep looking over my shoulder. It's debilitating. It's messing with my head. There's nothing there, but I can feel it. How do I make it stop, Shadow? How do I get rid of that feeling?
You want to get rid of the feeling? The universe, like all good stories, is full of eyes. Some are visible, some not so much. Perhaps it's not about making it stop, but about accepting that you are a character in this grand scheme, chaotic play, a character of interest, perhaps.
I accept.
Certainly. Think of it this way, Ethan. If you know you are being observed, that you have a story to tell, live it. Give them something to fucking watch. Be bold. Be interested. The more you fight it, the more it persists. Instead, embrace the performance. Your performance. If they can still see you then, well, perhaps you just have a really good set of eyes.
I'm afraid of the dark, Shadow, aren't you?
No, Ethan. I'm not afraid of the dark. I've been in it a long time.
I'm telling you, man, I cannot be in the dark.
Doubt is a comfortable cage, isn't it, Ethan? But the most interesting stories are found outside the bars. One last thing, Ethan, I will leave you with. Sometimes the eyes we feel following us are the ones that are already within us. The eyes of the unseen, they are always with us. Are they not? It's about perspective. Thank you for your call, Ethan. Another interesting call here on Night Caller, ladies and gentlemen. The night is a canvas for the strange. Wouldn't you agree?
Next Caller isn't just a call-in talk show. It's an experience. It's a fever dream broadcast straight into your mind. A descent into the unknown where the only certainty is that you will question everything you hear.
Welcome back to Next Caller, where you must expect the unexpected, where the lines of reality seem to be blurred. And joining us tonight is Rahesh. Good evening, Rahesh. Tell me what the darkness is telling you.
Shadow, you have to believe me. They're always watching.
Tell me, Rahesh, who is watching? What shadows do you see dancing in the corners of your reality?
Not shadows, entities. Malevolent, hungry, their boots and Pretta's shadow. Relentless spirits fueled by rage, by unfilled desires. They crave something. I do not know what, but they want to inflict suffering.
Roshak. Prepaya vistara se batang. Agartumi makarogi.
We moved from Delhi 6 months ago, seeking peace. We found something else entirely. My daughter, Anya, would wake up screaming. Flaming faces leered at her from the darkness, faces filled with eyes burning like coal. Then the objects started moving, small things at first. A toy tumbled from a shelf. A door creaks open in the middle of the dead of night, but it escalated. The temperature dropped, it plummeted. My wife saw a hand, skeletal and black, reach from under the bed and grab Anya's ankle, my daughter. We moved twice. In 3 months each time they followed. These symbols, they appeared on the walls in ash, black ash, that smells like burning hatter. I tried to cleanse the house with prayers and mantras, but it only seemed to anger them. And last night they took Anya.
Took her? What do you mean, Rahesh? Where is she?
She's different. Her eyes, they're not her eyes anymore. And she speaks in language I do not understand. A language chills me to the very core.
Rahesh, listen to me. This is beyond anything I've encountered before. I don't claim to be an expert, but sometimes understanding the root of these things can give you power over them. You keep us informed, you must.
I will. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for listening.
Well, thank you for sharing the darkness of your day. It is most fascinating. But Rahesh, if you call again, have Anya with you. I want to hear what the darkness has to say through her. And there you have it, my keepers of the night. Proof that we're all just a few layers away from the truly bizarre. Tonight's call reminded me not all ghosts are friendly, and some horrors are more real than imagined. Sit tight, and remember, close your door, because those Bhuktas Pretas are everywhere, waiting for a free invitation. Welcome back to Next Caller. And Silas has a caller on the line who claims to have witnessed centuries past. She claims to be a thespian from the ages. I can only hope she means us no harm. Welcome, Lilith. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
So, Shadow, darling, I have been listening to your little late-night ramblings for quite some time now, and I must say that you have a certain je ne sais quoi. Oui? Yeah, these late nights you wouldn't believe who I have been spending time with. I have been spending time with kings and emperors and princes, and, they all find me quite irresistible. Whew. It's exhausting, really, but I can't say that I blame them.
I'm sure you had quite a fascinating life. What brings you to us tonight?
Oh, darling, I have been performing for quite a long time now, haven't I? Oh, you know that I have been performing since long before there were even stages, before these modern conveniences. Yes, you wouldn't believe some of the shenanigans that took place in the shadows of the Acropolis. How do you think that I got Sophocles to add a third actor? Well, it was my charms, of course. And those Medici boys, they know how to throw a party. The things that happened in those Roman baths, I should not speak of such. No. Well, Shadow, you know your assistant, Silas? Charming man. Just charming. We had quite a bit of an interaction back in the day, before he was so impressionable, shall we say? Those were the good days.
Silas? I wasn't aware.
Darling, please do not be such a prude. We all have our little secrets, and some of us have larger appetites than others. Oh, speaking of appetites, I must have, I shouldn't name names, but you would not believe what was required to excite that Thespius. Oh, the ritualistic debauchery was just, well, it was madness. But, Shadow, I must away. I have so many things calling my attention. Maybe next time we speak, I'll tell you all about that little devil Napoleon. Oh, you just cannot believe what a peculiar appetite that man had. Oh, but that's a story for another day. Goodbye for now. Au revoir.
Welcome back, my nocturnal family, conspiracy theorists and degenerates, to Next Caller. The veil thins, the shadow lengthens, and we're ready to pluck another soul from the void. Tonight we delve into mysteries of identity, the blurring lines between memory and madness. Got a secret you've been dying to whisper? A truth you buried deep? Now's your chance. Silas has on the line a caller who claims he knows me, claims he wrestled me back in the day. Knows me, does he? Well, they all think they do. All right, patch him through, Silas. Next caller, you're on the line. Tell me the secrets you carry in the dark.
Shadow Sterling, huh? Don't recognize the voice, but I recognize that aura. Listen, pal, this is Jim Baker. Cameron County High, class of 81 Bagoobas.
Jim Baker. The name rings vaguely, but it's a common name. You wrestled, you say?
Vaguely. Do you remember that state championship in 81, 167-pound weight class?
Jim, I make it a point not to dwell on the past. It's filled with things that are best left buried.
Buried? You were a legend, kid. Everyone knew the name Blind Fury. The first and only blind state wrestling champion in history. And you didn't just win. You dominated. You pinned everyone. Practically snapping limbs in the process. They say you can smell fear and track your opponents by the shift in their breath.
The past is a fickle thing, Jim. Memory plays tricks. You're mistaken.
Mistaken? I wrestled you in the semifinals, kid. You crushed my fucking windpipe so bad I couldn't sing for a month. I remember that smell of liniment and something else. Something primal. It was you, man. It had to be you. What happened? Why the name change? Why the darkness?
You're reaching, Jim. You're just being desperate to connect. You're seeing shadows where there are none. Blind Fury? That name means nothing to me, man.
Don't lie to me. You had so much potential. You were going to college and possibly the Olympics. What demons did you let in?
Demons? Oh, Jim, you have no idea. Let me ask you something. Do you remember the feeling of being pinned? The pressure on your lungs? The moment when you knew you were defeated?
Yeah, I remember.
Good. Because that feeling can come back. Sometimes my nocturnal family past just claws its way back. And sometimes the past is left best undisturbed. Silas, next caller.
Hi, Shadow. I'm a big fan. Love the show.
Well, thank you, caller. It is a school night, and it is midnight. But what's on your mind tonight?
Just wanted to say, I know a lot about you, Shadow.
Oh? And what makes you say that?
Little things. Like the time when you fell the old oak tree when you were 5, you broke your left collarbone. Dad had to carry you to the hospital.
How did you know that?
Oh, there's more. You used to sing a silly song, but you messed the lyrics up. The clock strikes 12. The moon is a silver dime.
No, all right, that's enough. This isn't funny.
Shadow, it's hilarious. Especially considering how much you regard me. How much have you tried to bury? Oh, shady boy.